apparently Earth is now a ring world.
Wait, is that way over? Who there was the dolphin people, right? That had Soul?
The human game developers. They apparently are on Earth, and their star is called Sun.
Okay, so we've got Earth and Sun, but then we also got the Soul system.
Yes. Good.
Not to get confusing at all. That has a accurate, solar system in here. So we have two Earths. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 2022 Stellaris Dev Clash. I am Benjamin Magnus. I am not part of the Stellaris team, but I'm just a semi-professional internet clown who likes to stream, so I get to use the studio today. I am joined today by the Stellaris CA, DJ, if you'd like to say hello.
Hello, everybody. This is a little bit exciting, right?
Oh my god, yes.
It's genuinely going to be very interesting to see what the different empires do in this game and what the different devs do, and get to see a little bit about how the devs all play, and get to see some of their personality come across in the game. I'm really very excited about this.
Yeah,
how about you?
I was looking over the custom empires this morning, and I noticed there wasn't a lot of micro and meta in there. There was just a lot of silly role playing, which is generally how I end up playing pretty much all of our games at this point. So I just picked a favorite based on just the flavor they came up with. So I'm excited to see how my favorite Doughnut Corporation does.
So you're cheering on the Doughnut Corporation, are you?
For the only reason, because for several years I was a baker who made just hundreds of thousands of donuts.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fair.
Yep. So that's the only reason.
For me, it's the quality assurance call. Played by QA. The QA empire is definitely my favorite. Driven assimilator QA people.
But not the
human game developers. They just want to make the galaxy work. No, they just want to make the galaxy work. I can associate with that.
Cool.
That's good. So, everybody, without further ado, I think we're going to jump into game, and we will start introducing you to the different empires and showing you what's been picked, if you haven't seen that already. And also we'll go through the rules, because there are, would you believe, some rules today.
Oh, we do? I didn't actually see the rule set.
Oh, yes, there are some rules.
This is new to me.
Shall I quickly read out the rules? Should we start there?
Yeah, let's do that, and then we'll go over some empires.
Okay, so rule 1, have fun.
Okay.
Very important and very, very good that is literally rule 1 here. Yeah. Rule 2, there is a 30-year peace timer. Pre-contact conflict is allowed, but declared wars aren't allowed until the year 2230. No exploits, no negative income economies, i.e. ignoring a resource deficit, not having a stockpile, etc., etc. Do not eliminate another player before the start of session 3. Subjugating them at any time after the peace timer ends is okay. An alliance limit of 3 players. This includes subjects, so a federation may consist of 3 players, or a player may be the overlord of 2 other players, or any mix of the above. No capital claims until the 3rd session, and these rules may be changed at any time according to, making sure that the game remains interesting for everybody involved.
Not too complicated.
No, nothing complicated, but yeah, just stuff that that makes sure that no one gets their game ruined. That right at the beginning. And so with the teams, I believe at the moment you're in control of the camera. So if you want to click onto Team 6.
Oh, am I? I thought you were in control.
I think at the moment it's showing your one.
No, it's on yours now. It was on mine, now it's on yours.
Okay, so we can swap. That's good. Right, cool. Yep. So this is our first team. This is Team 6. The Order of Our Lady Trappist. And this is being played by RaygunGoth and Cosmogone. And they, as everyone can see, are a MegaCorp. And they have Gospel of the Masses and brand loyalty. They're fanatically spiritualist, but they are pacifist. Pacifist, I find very interesting in this new build. The reduction in sprawl from population is actually a massive, massive gain, and something that I look forward to seeing how they deal with, in particular in conjunction with the fact that as a MegaCorp, they have that sort of extra like empire size effect of plus 25% and see if the pacifist offsets that. So next up, we have the human game developers. This being played by Offe and Narkerns. And they are one of several robots that are playing. They're rapid replicators and rogue servitors. So if you listen carefully, you'll hear them say exfoliate in a Dalek kind of voice. Yeah, maybe. No? Okay. Moving on swiftly. We have the Earth Dolphins Panicwealth, which is being played by Serpentskirt and alprog. And they are one of our normal biological empires. They are a mix of xenophile, pacifist again, and materialist with the Civics Merchant Guild and Masterful Crafters. So they should be producing a decent amount of unity for most of the game, although at the moment they're already using 12 of it on leaders, which is why it's so low at the start. But they will be gaining passive unity from both their merchants and also from their crafters throughout the course of the game. So they'll probably be able to put out a decent amount of unity. Next up, the automated support units, another robot empire, another rogue servitor. Interesting.
We've got a number of robots and we've got a number of corporations. There's not a whole lot of normals in there.
Yeah, right. It's very interesting. So yeah, they are a rogue servitor with Constructobot, using the lovely aquatics robot. I love that portrait. It's amazing. And oh, hang on, I didn't introduce who was playing the automated support unit. I do apologise. The automated support unit, let me go through my list, is being played by Duplo, Gorion, and Moah. So that's who's playing the automated support unit. Next up, we have the Church of Gainz. I don't know whether to love or hate this empire. I'm going to be really, really honest with you, Ben.
Why?
I'm honestly
authoritarian,
because of the name,
spiritualist, or just the name?
No, just the name, just the name. Yeah. And this is being played by Bloody Crows and grekulf, and they are Swolfins, authoritarian, xenophobic, spiritualist, with pompous purists. And meritocracy. So that's going to be interesting because that pompous purist means that they have to start diplomacy. You can't start diplomacy with them. So no one can come to them and ask them for anything, but they're welcome to go to other people whenever they want. So
is Swolfins the official meme name? Because I thought it was Thickfish.
Swolfin, I believe, is the unofficial official term for that particular portrait, yeah. Next up, we have the Horticulturist Commonality, another of our normal empires, and this is being played by Ansou and Destar, and they are fanatically egalitarian, they are materialist, they are a technocracy with functional architecture. Now, technocracy is fascinating in the new build. What we'll likely see from this empire as time goes on, if they use technocracy properly, is they will be making sure that the scientists that they have assigned have the traits that they want to try and pull sciences that they want from the tree. This really allows you to target certain technologies using your scientists' traits. So that's something to keep an eye on through the game. Next up, we have the Doughnut Corporation. Your favourites. And so one of the things I know immediately, the Doughnut Corporation is running permanent employment. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. It's yeah. This actually is one of my favourite new civics of the recent ones. I love this because it gives access to what are essentially robots to spiritualists, even if they go down the psychic tree, which is really, really interesting. Also, yeah, and also the zombie clerks are amazing. The other one is catalytic processing. So they don't make alloys from minerals, which is why their mineral income is quite so high at the moment. They instead make it from food. So for them, their food output is absolutely important. Yeah. And then last, but by no means least, my very favourite, we have the Quality Assurance Core. And this is being played by Alfred and Enfield. And the two of them have chosen Driven Assimilator and Static Research Analysis. So they get an extra research alternative and they can assimilate people. Yep, adore them. They're going to be great. And I'm sure the fact that robots aren't as strong as they once were will in no way hold them back. Yes, maybe. So we've had a little bit of expansion already.
Oh yeah, they're exploring all over the place right now.
Oh, hang on. Okay, so one empire's got an early game advantage. Oh, hang on, no. Wait, I've missed something there, I think. The Church of Gainz.
Situation log updated.
Origin Necrophage, right. So, okay, it wasn't an early game advantage.
I was going to say, I'm not seeing anything out of the ordinary right there just yet, but maybe you
yeah,
saw
no,
something
no, it's because they're Necrophage, they have two primitives. I thought they'd found a primitive in the system next to their capital, but they've just got their guaranteed primitives from their origin, and so they have primitives to invade because that's what they do as a Necrophage. They've also found one of the enclaves over here, which is quite a nice early game find, depending on which one it is. And I didn't just nearly click on that button automatically because the tradition thing came down. Actually, ooh. Okay, so the Necrophage Empire, the Church of Gainz, is already 4 of 5 through their discovery tree.
What?
So, okay, yeah. So they've done that by only hiring 1 extra scientist so far, by the looks of things.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so they've hired no. So it is just the fact that their base Unity output is insanely high. So yeah, they're already 4 or 5 through that chain. In 13 months, they're going to have their first Ascension perk in, assuming they don't buy another scientist.
And we are playing on basically hot code right now for the new patch. So Unity in this is very, very important compared to what it was before.
So the version we're playing on, and this is interesting to note for the audience, is the version that updated this morning for everybody on the beta patch live. So the if you update your beta, you will find that this is the version that is now available. So the Trappist have taken their first Ascension perk. They've taken 1 Vision. Then if we look at this is interesting. So the Earth Dolphins Panicwealth has only got 1 tradition in so far. How many? And they've only built 1 science ship, so this is just because of how low an amount of Unity they have, plus because they're a megacore, the extra cost for their traditions at the beginning of the game.
We're just checking out my my donut friends here, and they've got a size 13 world that's habitable and a size 22 world habitable in adjacent systems to the home world. That's
well,
amazing.
for them, of course, habitability isn't too much. Oh no, no, it is. This is the Doughnut Corporation. Sorry.
Yeah, Donut friends.
No. So, and they've already got, by the looks of things, their first planet colonizing, which is good.
This keyboard. This keyboard that I'm using right now is like slightly different than the one I have at home. So I cannot hit the right keys to save my life because I've got raised like clickety clacky keys at home, and these are really flush, and I cannot hit the right buttons.
Ooh. So the Quality Assurance Corps have found Strange Asteroid, which is a fairly decent dig site. Hole in the Ground for the Doughnut Corporation and Anyone Home. Ooh. Anyone Home's a fairly big deal. That's a decent dig site.
I'm just trying to see right now where like the first contact or the first borders touching is going to end up. See if I can figure it out.
Let's have a look. We've already had it.
Oh yeah. I see that over there.
Yeah.
To the right.
Heavy Metal Inc. and they've got target from orbit. Oh, the library for the Order of Our Lady Trappist. So looking at it, the Order of Our Lady Trappist are in trouble already, big time. Well, not so much in trouble. They would have been in a lot more trouble than in the previous versions, but they are going to be a very small empire. They're already locked in. The Church of Gainz and Heavy Metal Ink between them have already locked that empire in. If you look.
Your Stellaris big brainness right now making me feel small.
So the good news for them is they've got a black hole, which means if they can survive to late game, they can build themselves a matter decompressor to deal with alloys in the late game. And as a megacore, it behooves them to go tall anyway. Habitats will be incredibly important to them. They're going to have to do well there. So that's going to be an interesting spot to watch. Another one that's very interesting is if you look at the southern side of the galaxy, there is nothing there.
Nobody down there.
Like, which, like,
20% of the galaxy is empty right there.
Yeah. And so for, in particular, the Dolphin Panicwealth and the Quality Assurance Corps, there's a lot of space to expand into. Now, in particular, the Quality Assurance Corps would be the one that I would be concerned about if I were the other players. Because if they're sensible, dependent on how much they've worked out about the map at this point, is if they stopped expanding north pretty much where they are. They take one more system in Okidan and don't expand any further north.
Just lock it down.
Just lock that down and then expand south round the Fallen Empire. They can take most of that territory.
Yep.
And that would be an absolutely ginormous driven assimilator, which is terrifying. You want driven assimilators to get big.
The Earth Dolphins have a way in, and it looks like they're already exploring out that way.
Yep. The thing is, with the Earth Dolphins, for the other players, they're pacifist. So, if I remember rightly. And
Situation
I think
log
so.
updated.
Yeah,
yes, they're pacifist, xenophile materialists. So they're pretty much good guys, yeah?
Yeah, but good guys could take over the galaxy as long as there's no one standing in their way.
This is true. Although, of course, what may end up happening here is we may find that those two make contact down the bottom and become friends.
Oh, well, we don't want to see them become friends. We want to see them make contact and fight over this giant no man's land right now.
Also, another thing that's really interesting is because, hang on, let me just swap to.
Oh, there is a natural wormhole there, though. I wonder where that goes. Oh, it goes nowhere.
It goes nowhere.
No, it goes like 3 systems over in the same big empty nowhere. I expected it to like zoom me across the galaxy, but no, just whoop.
There is one in one that the driven assimilators will end up in control of, guaranteed, is in Solano, and that one hops over to Guthor. Although in the other end of it, there is a lot of mineral extraction units, so a lot of mining drones, but that also gives the driven assimilators access to the other side of the galaxy, and interestingly, probably contact with the other robots, the automated support units, which might help them. But we don't know which way diplomacy is gonna go.
I'm just tracking the wormholes right now, and none of them go anywhere where any of the other players can make use of. None of them. One of them goes basically straight back over to the Quality Assurance Corps.
There's one that is fascinating, and may really come into play in the mid game.
Zariandus?
So, if you look in the Vitresius Freeholders up the top, the Marauder Empire up the top.
Yeah, that goes right down.
Right down into the center, down the bottom there. Depending on who ends up with that, that could be a very, very nasty surprise.
Yeah, that's the only way in for anybody else, though, because all the other ones are either like little derp wormholes that go nowhere or go straight over to the quality assurance core, which is just another boon for them.
Yep.
And given the amount of exploration that's being had in both directions right now, I think they've both found out that there is nobody in their way.
Well, okay, so the Quality Assurance Corps, by taking the system they just took in Quenus,
Mhm.
I don't know if they know it yet, but they have just locked off all of the territory between them and the Marauders on the left-hand side.
Yep, the only other way in is towards the Galactic Core, and that is a long way roundabout.
No, there's no other way into that section because of the Marauders. You have to go through either the Marauders or the Fallen Empires to get
Okay.
through to that chain now.
Yeah,
So
you're right.
all the way from Nikor down in the south, all the way through to there's a Xantaris back hole and Siu up the top is their territory to take at their leisure at this point. They can keep expanding in another direction and only expand that way when they want to. And looking at it, if I were them, once I know what's down there, I'll expand down south, get those 2 habitable planets in, and then ignore the rest of it other than Wormhole.
This is my favorite part of the game. I love early game Stellaris. It's absolutely my favorite part. Just the expanding out and trying to just get in each other's way. Like, okay, I just gotta take this system, cut all of this off so you can't touch it later. I love it. Just it's like passive aggressive the game.
Corsaro Volante in chat has just said that we should name the citadel built on the south side. Like, if a citadel is built on the south side of the wormhole that goes through to the Marauders, it should be called Deep Space Nine.
Oh, yeah. Well, we have a lot of sci-fi nerd references in our, like, custom achievement list, and that was one of the things I was like, wait, we got, like, 10 Star Wars references in there, but 1 Deep Space Nine reference, and I think then we snuck in a second Deep Space Nine reference.
Deep Space Nine, best trick. Don't
Oh
at
my
me.
god, yes.
So, looking at the galaxy then, and obviously, as we've said, we are in that early expansion phase. Everybody's just getting to know where they are in the galaxy and what's going on and everything like that. Most people have gotten their guaranteed habitables in by now. Oh no, that's one of the Fallens. I got
It's like,
got
what are
excited
you
for a
looking at?
moment there. 5 worlds already? No, that's a Fallen Empire.
Yeah.
Probably fine. Most have gotten their guaranteed habitables in. So another thing that should be pointed out is we have a ruined ring here, our ring world.
Wait, is that way over? There was the dolphin people, right? That had Soul?
The human game developers. They apparently are on Earth, and their star is called Sun.
Okay, so we've got Earth and Sun, but then we also got the Soul system.
Yes. Good.
Not to get confusing at all. That has a accurate, solar system in here. So we have 2 Earths.
And so, first of all, in chat, someone has asked, what is the answer to the question Kirk or Picard? And the answer is Cisco.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's A, not Kirk, and B, Cisco.
Yes. So, I am concerned.
Situation log updated.
But it's very interesting. So, the team with the highest score at the moment is the Order of Our Lady Trappist. But they are squeeched.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of more expansion room to go, so they might have to go tall.
However, they're already about to hit 3/5 of the way through their second tradition tree.
Yeah, they've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 systems they can grab, and they're all relatively poor. Well, there's 16 minerals in one.
Is
that legit
16
honest, minerals, or is that one of those things where you touch it and it explodes? No, I think that's legit 16.
Yeah, no. There are more of them now. So, and to be honest with you, and this was the thing that I hadn't revealed until now, the fact that Our Lady Trappist is so stuck in isn't actually that much of a problem to them. Because the Order of Our Lady Trappist is a habitat build. So, because they're void dwellers, yep, well done, Alterin. They are indeed, yes. The fact that they're in this small an area of territory doesn't matter diddly squat.
Might matter to somebody else, but they are good to go tall.
Yeah. And they've got a few worlds. They've got one there in Confin they can use as a mining habitat, as Rasman got a mining habitat. Yeah. They can build a mining habitat in Rasnum. So minerals aren't going to be their problem. I'm not seeing many spots they can get a science habitat in, though, which may be their biggest issue running forward. Oh, they've got... No, that's the wrong way around. That's... Oh dear, yeah, that's going to be their big problem. Other than in their capital, they're not going to be able to build any more science habitats. They haven't got any science planets to build above other than one in their capital. That's going to be a bit of an issue. Because that will seriously limit their ability to produce science. Although, saying that, there are a couple of crystals over here. Oh no, that's mining. No. Or do they get science districts if you build... Do you get science districts if you build over a special resource? I can't remember. It's been a while since I did it.
Yeah,
and yes, we are,
myself.
As Frederick pointed out, we are in the 3.3 beta. And it's the updated version of the 3.3 beta.
Is there a system named Moah? Isn't that the name of one of the players right now?
Yes, yeah. There are a few of the players in this game that have systems in here named after them.
I didn't know if that was coincidence or not.
So, going back to the galaxy view, the Church of Gainz has also met the Horticulturist continuity, and their expansion period is... Oh, no, it's not. No, they can get out that way. They can get out that way still. No, they're okay.
They've got a little cul-de-sac to work on and a full out towards the galactic core there.
Yeah. Heavy metal ink is fine. They've got plenty of room to expand into. The Doughnut Corporation has a way out through to the center, so they're okay. So it looks like it's only the Trappists who have really been
blocked,
stuck so far. Yeah. Everyone else has got plenty of room to expand into. So they're going to have a very different game to everybody else.
Oh, yeah.
Because their expansion phase is pretty much done already.
Yeah.
And I would argue they would, I would do what they had done there. If you didn't win the race to Bonos, you're going to stop in Rasnum, and you're not going to expand further than that because that's a good choke point to defend.
The Horticulturist Commonality, they're one star from being blocked in right now.
Are they?
Yeah, the Church of Gainz, if they take the binary star system...
in an Axador?
In Axador, they're blocked. They still got a little area to expand in, but that blocks them off.
Yes, it does. But because of the amount of territory they have to expand into still, they're in a much better position. But what is interesting about that empire is, although they've got lots of worlds, like if you look, they've got 2 habitables next to them. They've got another 3 in their territory, and they've got 2 more in the territory they've sealed off. They can't use any of it because they're a Gaia world stuff.
So, tiny tangent aside here. If you guys keep seeing my eyes flicking over to the left, it's because there is a hoodie on top of a camera standing in a dark corner of the studio right now, and I keep catching it out of my peripheral vision, and it looks like someone's standing there, and it's freaking me out.
The Marauders, and Halbor, this is a white one. The white one is a Marauder, yeah. There's a few options there about long term what they do, but they're not sealed in terribly. What will hurt them is if the Church of Games takes an Axador and then keeps pushing upward. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
If the Church of Games pushes up into that area that they will lock off by taking an Axador, that could really hurt the Horticulturalists. What they need to do is they need the Church of Gains to go out into the galaxy and not there. we will have to wait and see. Should we see if they've... actually, let's have a look at this. Let's have a look through situation logs and see who got what precursors. So, the Trappists got the Ute, which could be very interesting for them. The Voltoom for the Earth Dolphins Panicwealth. For the Doughnut Corporation, they got the Cybrax. Ooh.
Oh, it's my favorite, guys, with my favorite doodle.
So, the Dolphin Corporation... That could be absolutely massive for them if they pull that.
Situation updated.
So, there you go. The human game developers have also got the Cyber.
Situation log updated.
The Church of Gainz has also got the Ute. The Quality Assurance Corps have got the Erassians.
Situation log
updated. The Heavy Metal Inc. have got the Ute. Automated Support Unit have got the Cybrex. That could be huge for them if they can pull that off. The Horticulturist Commonality have not got a precursor yet. Huh. That's unlucky. That's really, really unlucky to not have a precursor by this point.
Alright, I just like to quickly point out the Quality Assurance Corps does look like they're starting to expand in the direction of their only way into the Galactic South right now.
And the Commonwealth of the Greater Rhopalocer and Cocoon have got the Granor.
Situation log updated.
But yeah, it doesn't seem like they have any precursor yet. Oh, Abandoned Colony Ruins is the Zroni precursor. Ah! Right, so they've got the Zroni. There you go. Okay.
So what we were talking about before, Horticulturalists are expanding south, but Church of Gainz already took that that choke point there, so there's only so much more the Horticulturists can grab.
Yeah,
it looks like they're both running towards each other.
I was about to say, importantly, they did get the L-Gate.
Mm-hmm.
And that L-Gate also gives them a black hole for late game if they want to build a matter decompressor. The other thing that might work in their favour, let's see if the Church of Gainz knows about it yet. Ah, no, they haven't found out about it yet. That's unfortunate for the Horticulturalists, because if you look just to the right of the Church of Gainz, there's a ruined interstellar assembly right next to them. And they are going to want to push in Mius, M-I-U-S. That is well worth capturing. And
so
they've got a straight run for it, isn't it?
Good vistas.
Some of the detail and graphics in Stellaris are amazing. They really are. But the problem they have is they haven't found out about that yet. Oh, now another one that Heavy Metal Inc. has got, and this will probably take their attention, is that they have the Hauer system. So this one's got a dig site in it called Never Forget. That's a 5% permanent happiness boost for the Empire once they do that dig site. So that's a really, really big deal. It's what's the mega structure south of Mius in Talarim? A ruined mega shipyard. So a ruin that if someone captures that and decides to build it after they build their own mega shipyard, that's a big bonus. That'll be plus 200% ship build speed if they do that.
Nice.
And it looks like as long as Heavy Metal Inc. concentrate on expansion still, they'll get that. Which is very, very nice.
Heavy Metal Inc. is looking good right now.
Quality Assurance Corps is sending itself straight to the south.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, there's so many planets on the way in, too.
Yep, that is absolutely beautiful and exactly what they needed to do. It looks like the Panicwealth is starting to move in a similar direction as well, although they're expanding in both directions at this moment. Whereas they went one north of where I suggested stopping, but yeah, they've taken Moah, and it looks like that's as far north as the Quality Assurance Corps are going to go.
Yeah,
and they're going to concentrate on expanding south from there. Next to the Dolphins is also a mega structure. The Panicwealth, you're quite correct. In Ponel, they have a ruined sentry array. 2 of them, and you get full intel on everyone.
yeah, there are only 3 systems out.
Yeah, that will almost certainly get taken by them. So there's a nice scattering of ruined megas, to be honest with you. If anyone spots any more, please do let me know. I'm pulling them up as I spot them.
I'm looking around right now to see if I can spot any other ones.
Yeah. Also, who currently and will end up with access to an L gate? Because at the moment, we know the Horticulturalists have one.
Yep.
And Blorg's Bane, which the Church of Gainz have blocked off, is also got one. So they will have an L gate.
There's another one that's not necessarily near anybody right now.
In the Lusage black hole, there's one, so it looks like the human game developers are going to get one quite easily. And of course, this will play in later in the game to see who gets the chance to open the L gate, and it'll be interesting to see when they decide to do that. And so the Doughnut Corporation and the Automated Support Unit have bumped into each other, and they are now firmly border buddies. What about down south? Are there any L gates down south? I'm not seeing L gates down south.
Gateway. Yeah, I'm just seeing regulars. Gateway.
Yeah. I'm just scrolling out and looking for black holes and seeing if any of them have any, but it seems like there aren't too many L gates, which will also prove interesting. And it looks like they're mainly centered around the north of the map. One on the galactic 9 o'clock near the center. That's just normal gateway. Unless I am missing an L gate.
So there's one next to the Doughnut Friends that they're one system away from, so they should get that.
Yeah.
And then there's one next to the human game developers. They should get that. Well, theoretically, it could go to, who's the orange guys? Automated support units, so it's kind of equidistant from those two.
Crisis strength is set to 1.5, so it's only a light crisis, because we have a lot of differing game styles and ability levels in this game, so we kept it at a level that the group will actually be able to fight, rather than it just walking all over them or them walking all over it.
Yeah, this isn't a group of people who are all super hardcore micro meta that just want to smash the face off the hardest difficulty. A lot of these people are just role-playing for funsies.
Yeah, precisely so.
And this is 3.3, the most recent version of the beta.
And yes, megastructures are generally limited to 1 per empire, but you can get around that limit if you find a ruined one, build your own, and then repair the ruined one. That way you get 2 of them. Yeah, very, very interesting. And yes, exactly as you say, Flimflam, because 3.3, a lot of people are playing spiritualists, rogue servitors, that sort of thing, to try out the different Unity changes and everything like that.
I'm just looking forward to see how it plays out, because I didn't actually play on this version of the beta. I was playing for a while yesterday on the last one, but there's been some changes since then. So I'm interested to see what happens when everybody starts bumping into each other and, you know. Oh, I was going to say border pressure, but that's not a thing. It hasn't been a thing for a long time. Border pressure in spirit.
So
back in my day, border pressure was a thing.
So there have been some changes to the numbers. One of the things is that it's no longer Empire Sprawl, it's now Empire Size. And Empire Size will go up throughout the course of the game, but it doesn't have an effect until you hit 50. Sorry, 100 rather than 50 now. So it was set at 50, we've now changed it up to 100. So it kicks in a bit later. No, I want one observe, please. Thank you. So we're only 17 years in, but already one of the things that's quite interesting is in the northeast of the galaxy, space is already becoming an absolute premium, isn't it?
Yep, horticulturists are blocked off now. They've got what they're gonna have.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, they didn't get that Ditherfru system.
Nope.
That's a shame for them, because that was 2 extra planets. But by taking Folters, they've blocked off Noli and Lithir, which is good. So they've got a decent amount of territory.
Size 12 desert world. Yeah.
They've got black holes, so they can deal with that. What they want most, one would assume, is a migration treaty with anyone, basically.
Because there's no way in through the back door there, basically, because it's got to go straight through the freeholders to get anywhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
The only person that can really attack them is the Church of Gainz, but the Church of Gainz also literally controls their access to the rest of the galaxy.
And they're continuing to just expand down that way.
And Ho asking about if this is a new version of the beta. Yes and no. This is a newer version than the beta unless you played since it updated this morning. This morning the beta branch updated for everyone, and it updated to the version the devs are playing on now. And so you do have access to this version, don't worry.
There is a Church of Gainz science ship just hanging out in the Muse system there. So there's another science ship. It looks like they're heading straight for the megastructure there.
Yep, they've found it. And
that
became the expansion priority the moment that science ship dropped in and they saw the megastructure thing.
Yep. Like, there's so much good territory for them to gobble up after the fact, but right now, just focusing on grabbing up those key choke points and expanding.
Yep.
Can focus on filling out later.
Yeah, that's what a lot of the players are doing. They're leaving territory behind them. And locking it off to go back to once they're done with pushing. You'll see the QA core are doing that an awful lot down here. They've got entire swathes that they've locked off.
I'm wondering if
no one can get to.
Do you think the Earth Dolphins, Panicwealth, think they have enough good territory in their local area to not bother with sprinting towards the Galactic South? Because they're not making any moves towards it, really.
Situation log updated.
So interesting. They've done a commercial pact which is costing them a tiny bit of influence, but they're producing 299 influence a month, so they're producing influence plenty quickly enough. They're just expanding methodically by the looks of things, making sure they get all of that area. They're certainly not sprinting.
Yeah, no. I just noticed the 34 minerals in that one system. I was like, I just stepped on that trap before.
Is that the yeah? Don't do that.
Wow. You can if you want to, but spoilers. There's something happening. There's something in there. Because I've done that in multiplayers myself. I was like, score! Screw all the other players. I don't need your land. I got this one. Oh.
Yep.
Whoops.
It's a bit of an evil trap. But at this point, one of the other very interesting things is, although the Our Lady Trappist Empire has a very small amount of territory to expand into, they're expanding very slowly as well.
We also have an interview request coming in from the Doughnut company who would like to talk to us about opening their first chain of donut restaurants. I'm
quite happy to hear from them. That would be wonderful. So let's get them jumped on in.
Yeah, we can do that.
So very shortly, ladies and gentlemen, you will be hearing our first live interview with some of our players. So they will be getting moved on in with us so that we can say hello to them. And yeah.
I like that they're militarizing their border already with the automated support units.
They would be silly not to be honest with you.
I just want to see war. I just want to see conflict. I want to see people just ripping into each other.
So they've got their starbase sitting there, and yeah, they do seem ready to defend. Which makes you wonder: is are they not friendly?
Greetings!
Hello!
Hello there, how are you?
Well, we are doing mighty fine.
Mighty fine.
Yes, as we Bake Bros have done exactly what we wanted. We have set out to the galaxy, and we have spread our great, joyous donuts to it. And we are currently opening our first branch office and establishment on the Great Cocoon. It is a glorious day.
On the Great Cocoon?
Indeed.
And what empire does that belong to?
It belongs to... It belongs to the Commonwealth of the Great Leporian Cocoon. It is in the sun.
Interesting.
To the galactic north.
And so, do they eat donuts?
Yes, definitely. It's a big hit already.
Yeah?
Yes, unlike these unfortunate synthetic life forms we found down towards our southwest.
We were just talking about the militarization of your border.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we do not trust the soulless machines. They do not consume food, and they enslave other organics to do their bidding. It's quite unfortunate.
So they're just of no use to you guys.
I mean, we could make sure to liberate the organics they keep and maybe allow them to have a chance to also join in the great creation of the donuts.
That's a good point.
So war is what you're talking about.
No. We're talking about liberation. They need to have a chance to be able to invest in the Great Donut Corporation. If they cannot invest and produce more capital, what is even the point of life?
Somebody in the chat has pointed out that in the Great Robot Matrix, they have all the donuts they could possibly want.
But ours are better.
Yours are better.
We have a secret ingredient.
Is it people? Your silence scares me, sir.
It's fine. I'm personally rooting for you guys. The Donut Corporation was my pick for favorite right off from the start. So I'm hoping everybody gets to partake.
We appreciate your support.
Yeah.
So I will point out to you that 3 Corvettes is a little bit low to be making the sort of threatening noises you're making.
We're talking about far in the future.
Far in the future.
Yes, we have some unfortunate mining drones stopping our expansion currently. So we are definitely already putting our donut scientists into finding more militarized purposes and uses for donuts, so that we can keep growing the Great Taurus around the galactic core.
Oh, the Great Taurus! I love that.
Okay. And so I have to ask, you've got your one branch office, and you built a fast food restaurant on it.
It is our first chain of the Donut Corporation. It needed to be open first. It is the only way.
Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I like the concept of aggressively pushing baked goods on people.
I mean, the one question I have about that is, when have you ever need to aggressively force people to eat baked goods?
That's like the road I live on. It's just my house and bakery and bakery and bakery. The whole line all the way down.
They need to join in, and also we offer the opportunity for them to become part of the great Doughnut Corporation, including the donuts themselves.
Chat
We have
says
even-
Chat says they're waiting for the Great Croissant Rebellion.
How
Right, I
disgusting.
was about to ask, what is the status of croissants in your empire?
We crushed the Croissant Company back in the early unification wars of our empire. There are no more croissants.
So the croissant is a sign of rebellion in your empire. Is that what you're saying?
There is no croissant in the Doughnut Corporation.
It's a croissant on a field of red is the sign of the rebellion.
Yep. So, do you have any messages for our audience listening to you?
Yes. We hope you all can find some. Hope you all can find some donuts in your local shop, and if you do not, then please contact your local government and make sure that they establish a commercial pact with the Great Doughnut Corporation. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for joining us. This was delightful.
I'm stunned.
Situation.
The donut-based role-playing is delightful. Now, that begs the question, though, is where do they sit on bagels?
Ooh.
Because that's also a great tourist
Is a bagel a donut?
Well, no, it's not. They're different. As a former baker, they are different.
Yeah. Okay, so here's a question for you: Is a hot dog a sauce? Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yes, I'm going with yes. It has the correct
Yeah, right.
items to bake. Fun fact about being a baker: you get awkwardly used to counting in 12s.
I thought it was 13s. Isn't that a bacon?
No. We don't sell shit baker's dozens. Absolutely not. Anywho, back to the
bagels are superior to donuts, says chat.
I'm from New York, so I'm a big fan of bagels, and I have not found a good bagel in Stockholm yet. It makes me sad. But
Yeah,
I've only been here for 2 weeks, so I got time. So okay, so
was it
now
invented... Oh,
bunt cakes. That's a Taurus.
Bunt cakes.
Yeah.
What is a bunt cake? I'm afraid I'm not aware of one of those. What's one of those?
Oh, it's a Taurus shaped cake. You put it.
Fair enough. Yeah.
It's a cake. You put it in a like a bunt pan. You flip it upside down, and it's like donut shaped. It's just like a giant donut, basically. Chad, help me out. How else do you describe a bunt cake? Help me out here. I didn't think that was something I would have to do today.
So looking at the galaxy again,
Yeah,
briefly.
back to what's going on.
Back to Stellaris. So looking at everything so far, Heavy Metal Inc. has also nabbed its what's it called? Mega structure. They've nabbed that mega shipyard. And of course, as someone in chat pointed out earlier, this also means that they're more likely to roll the technology because they have a ruined megastructure in their territory. So that will be good for them in the long run. Church of Gainz has actually blocked off Heavy Metal Inc. from going any further north.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Church of Gainz
they're
doesn't
gonna
have
be-
much more to go. Doesn't have much more area to expand in terms of cutting off big sections.
Yeah. They're again competing with the Doughnut Corporation.
Well, yeah, because if the Doughnut Corporation, if I were them, I'd be aggressively expanding into that little vacant void there because they've run out of expansion areas outside of that as well.
So our first federation has formed.
Oh, that was fast.
The Order of Our Lady Trappist and the Earth Dolphins Panicwealth, interestingly.
Really?
Yes, have formed a federation. How do they even...
Literally on the opposite side of the galaxy.
Right? How have they even met?
Two ships passing in the night.
Yeah, right? But they formed a trade league, which will be very good news.
Oh, yeah.
For them. Although, if I look at the energy income that they've got there, oh no, yeah, they haven't swapped over to the trade policy. Interesting.
It is funny because if like I'm looking at their knowledge of the universe right now, and it's basically very small. Their neck. Oh, you're looking at it too. I forgot that I can see what you're seeing. Yeah, it's just their neck of the woods, and then that one spot way over there. There's somebody over there.
So they're already in their third chain, and they took Voidborn as their second ascension perk, which makes total sense for them. They've got their fourth habitat up and running, and they've built straight on, I assume, the science deposit in their capital, which was the correct first move, because that gives them some extra science ones.
Oh, also, since mentioning it, the Earth Dolphins Panicwealth has made 1, 2, 3 moves towards the vacant southern area since I said they weren't expanding in that direction. So soon after that, they just went...
Yeah, they decided, oh, we should go that way. Yep. What's the government and ethics for the Trappist people? The government is a megacorp. They have pacifist, fanatic, spiritualist with brand loyalty. So between fanatic, spiritualist, and brand loyalty, they're getting an extra 35% unity per month. They're also gospel of the masses, which will also help on that. And if we look at their species quickly, they have also taken traditional, so they get an extra 10%, which is why, even without the trade policy, they're putting out 168 unity a turn already. Which is a fair amount.
So now I want to know is so Doughnut people v everyone else in the galaxy. How does chat think? Because I'm a bigger fan of the Doughnut friends now than I was before.
Well, so we've just had some news. Actually, we've just received some news from the galaxy at large. Apparently, Heavy Metal Incorporated have lost a science ship
to
the Church of Gainz.
Oh.
Yeah.
So is that the first shot fired? Is that the first casualty?
I believe that's the first shots fired between players.
Yeah.
This is interesting. And straight away,
they drew first blood.
Straight away, Heavy Metal Incorporated has got a pair of fleets which are called We're Leaving Together, but Still It's Farewell, sitting on their borders. Yes, Corsaro, I believe this is how war begins.
War.
Yep.
War never
changes.
No,
they're going after some shardlings.
All the memes, guys, all the memes.
Yep, all of them, please. So that's going to be interesting. They've also managed to grab themselves a couple more habitables, which will be very useful for them. I don't know why they haven't colonized that one. It's 65%. I would colonize that.
I've not seen my preferred meme in chat yet, and I'm disappointed.
I love the smell of plasma fire in the morning.
I was looking forward for war. We're going to war.
It's fine. I mean, I'm waiting for them. I'm doing my part ones, but yeah.
I just appreciate that you get the reference at least.
Yes, good. Thank you.
Oh, we got a Futurama reference. Okay, so now I'm happy now.
So everything is peaceful at this point, but that is because there's another 5 years of a peace timer.
Yeah.
Also, I will point out that this game has been running on normal speed the entire time, and we are already 25 years into the game.
Oh, yeah. Optimizations, friends? Who likes optimizations in Paradox games?
Because we have them. Several. It's very interesting. So the Church of Gainz really is pushing to try and take as much territory as they can early game. I do wonder if that will hurt them in the long run.
Thank your local custodian initiative.
Because one of the problems for the Church of Gainz is that they have such a large territory that defending it is going to be difficult.
Well, there's a lot of ways in.
Yeah, and if they were to get attacked on, say, 2 or 3 fronts at once,
Thankfully, like the back door of their empire has a station on it, and it's the only way in over there. But so let's see, I'm counting right now: 1 way in, 2 ways in. Let's see, that's 3 right now? Oh yeah, it's like the north and the south aren't that bad, but then that little like bloop off to the side there is just a mess to defend.
Yep. They could have some real issues there. So that will be an area to watch. Although I suspect this area is going to be messy. This entire northeast of the galaxy is going to be fairly messy. In fact, I suspect the north of the galaxy is going to be messy, and then in the south it's just going to be a long history of these two expanding towards each other.
Somebody asked how the Dolphins doing. Which Dolphins?
Yeah, I was about to say, which ones? So the Earth Dolphins Panicwealth are doing fairly well. In fact, they are leading things at the moment. They've spread out from Sol. They've got 2 colonies so far. One disadvantage they've had so far is they've not found anything they can live on. Although, interestingly, they have found Wenkwarts down here.
Special project complete.
Although their science ship went missing in action from it. I wonder what they did there. But yeah, they found Wenkwart down there.
That's a great name.
Which is... Wenkwart's Artem in this version has a really nice bonus to Unity output, so it makes an absolutely wonderful Unity planet.
Oh, yeah, there's a little amoeba there guarding. It's not a bad one, though.
Yeah.
It's just more than they can handle right now.
Oh, that's a very good point, Nurgle. There are achievements for the entire DevClash. And although we went over the rules earlier, we didn't go over the achievements. Mm-hmm. So, do you want me to go through those quickly?
Yeah, why don't we do that? We have so whole DevClash achievements, so like kind of like prizes we're going to hand out to the people who do something interesting or cool or fun for the whole DevClash, and then per session ones we'll do as well.
Yes. So today's per session achievement is for you guys to decide whose empire you like the most. Which one do you think has the most RP potential? Which setup do you like the most? That's going to be today's vote. But throughout the course of the campaign, we also have some things that they can work on as well. So the first one is called Megatron. Build the most megastructures, not counting habitats and gateways. The second one is the Emissary, which is having the most wormholes in your empire.
That's a good
Then
one.
we have the Kingdom of the Crystal Jeff, which is having the most artifacts and relics in your empire.
I just like to interject right now, and I am offended that you guys decided to use a Indiana Jones 4 reference. That is...
I don't know.
Don't you give me a thumbs up.
I don't know what you could possibly mean. Judge me by size, do you? Have the smallest empire by total number of systems, and United We Stand have the highest stored unity. So those are the other things that our players have to aim for throughout the course of the event. And hopefully that will make things even more interesting.
There was no NT4. No, it's all just a collective fever dream.
It's absolutely fine. So it's going to be fairly interesting. And so Flim Flam philosophy. Influence depends entirely on the empire you're playing. You'll find the megacore empires are going to struggle for for influence throughout the entirety of the game, because they'll constantly be putting out branch offices, and those branch offices cost unity. The other empire that you'll see struggling for unity will almost certainly be the Order of Our Lady Trappist, because they're going to constantly be putting out and upgrading their habitats. Total War empires at the moment don't have many uses for not unity, sorry, influence. They don't have as many uses for influence beyond the early expansion phase. But the only Total War empire we have is the driven assimilators. The normal empires there's certainly a stage of the game where if you're not building habitats, you don't have too many uses for influence. But beta, all that stuff, we're still looking at things. Feedback, please.
Hot code, subject to change, subject to change.
Obviously, and always. And yeah, do make sure that feedback like that goes into the forum. There is a feedback forum, and we want that feedback. Oh, sorry, Ben.
I'm sorry. We were just saying we do read that. Like that's literally like part of our job is we do read all of that stuff you guys say.
Yep, absolutely, and definitely important.
Mm-hmm.
So interesting development. Heavy Metal Inc. I believe.
What is going on over there?
Situation log updated.
So there we go, our first full federation.
Oh.
Heavy Metal Inc. have joined the Trade League.
Oh, yeah. I was like, I noticed the borders were similar. It was like, what did they just do? Okay, but no, that makes a lot of sense. That's tactically beneficial.
Yeah, and as well as tactically
Situation
beneficial,
log
it's
updated.
also a situation where they're another MegaCorp joining the Trade League, which does make sense. It does make a lot of sense. Fred, please don't do that. Please.
Well, no, we're not going to read that because someone's going to delete it before it gets to us.
Yeah, right. Oh, bad Fred. Bad Fred. Okay, so, interestingly, our Lady Trappist still hasn't finished expanding, or has decided that Moah, Pentarum, and Maghama just aren't worth expanding into. Which may be what's going on here. They may have decided that there's just no point.
It's just too poor of a system to bother with right now.
Yeah, and it will add to Empire Sprawl, and they're obviously trying to keep that down.
Situation log updated.
I am very happy to see players caring about Empire Sprawl.
Yes.
Because in all the multiplayer games I've done for a long time, it's just like, we're going to play tall. It's like, why bother? It's just a number. Just build administrative stuff. It's fine. It's fine. It's just a number. It's like aggressive expansion in EU4. It's like, pff, deal with it.
And Corsaro, please don't give him ideas. Empire Sprawl is so much better now, whatever the haters say. So look,
I'm a fan.
I am as well, but I can fully understand why some people find it jarring, in particular, compared to what it was before. It is a massive, massive change.
Oh, yeah, if you were playing like you did before and just ballooned out and gobbled everything up, you're going to run into problems.
Yeah. So Comet Bliss has asked, are there any hives in the game? No normal hives. We have got 3, no normal, like, biological hives, but we have got 3 robot empires.
Robots.
3 machine empires. Might I recommend Crime and Punishment? Oh, gosh.
I mean, you could. I'm not going to read it.
Dear, oh dear, oh dear.
I'm reading Master and Commander right now. That's taking up a lot of time. It's a lot of books.
We're reading a book called Semiosis in the Stellaris Book Club at the moment, which is about a hive mind tree interacting with humanity. It's really interesting. Yeah, 1k economic power for the Earth Dolphins. Well, no, is that? Yeah, no, you're right.
Situation log updated.
They are definitely doing well. They're over 1,000 economic power. 935 tech power. However, one may note that they have a big fat 0 there. So that's a whole thing.
Updated.
Wait, which one? That's the. Well, I mean, they're kind of alone.
Yeah.
So why bits? They're like Switzerland. What do you need a fleet for?
Piracy.
Like Geneva.
No, honestly, piracy. Like, they're gonna get pirate spawn at some point in the near future. They also made the mistake of mining the 34 minerals.
Oh, they did. Oh my god.
Yeah, yep.
See, I was joking. I was kind of joking about that because I was like, I'm kind of like a noob Stellaris player. Like, I'm a noob Stellaris player that has like 1,000 hours on it because Paradox games. But like, all the other games that I played, like the Hearts of Iron series, like 6,000, and then the EU4 4,500, and this one's one of my lower ones. So I thought I was being the noob, going, yeah, don't touch it, don't touch it, guys. But no, they actually touched it.
And Fimflam, this is where power projection is so important to Void Dwellers. Which obviously is also another use for alloys, which is another balancing factor. I've been playing as some Void Dwellers in an MP recently, on the beta, and it's very fascinating. It really is. You really have to balance stuff, but it's so powerful.
Oh, the Horticulturist just turned down a proffer of donuts.
So, yeah, one of the other things to note here is, as well as being the smallest empire in the game, they've been, so far a second, I'm just checking. So, as well as being the smallest empire in the game, the order, the Trappist order has the third highest science in the game. They're only 115 empire sprawl, which means they're barely over their cap at all. This is hurt by the fact they're corporate as well. But at the moment, they're only playing 1% extra technology cost with 322 science output. They're going to be rushing through the tech tree fairly quickly at this point. Yeah, they're already doing advanced habitats, which is about the right time to do that, I would say. Also, it should be pointed out, the year 30 just ticked.
I was just about to point that out.
Yep.
Because I heard a lot of like notifications going off in my headset here, and I was like, why so many? Oh, it's 2230.
Yep. Year 30 has been hit, which means that war is now legal.
If you guys missed the start of the stream, we did have a custom rule: no wars for the first 30 years. So that is now void. You can declare war on each other.
So the Commonwealth are very powerful, 1.4k fleet. And the automated support units have a 1.2k fleet. Heavy Metal Inc. have got a 1.2k fleet. And where's the Church of Gainz? See, this is where the Church of Gainz could be in trouble right now.
600.
Yeah? 600 strength fleet when they've got 1.8k roughly between the two empires below them. Between the Trappist and the Heavy Metal Incorporated. They could...
Their defensive structures are 1.7, so at least there's a little bit there.
Updated.
Yeah, but that number is also kind of a lie.
Yeah, but I mean, together with the fleet, you could probably defend a little bit.
At least they've got hangar bays in there, so that's good. But, yeah. So Heavy Metal Incorporated have another announcement to make.
Or do we?
Yeah. So Heavy Metal Incorporated rocked so hard in the Durakas system that a skeletal giant has joined the party.
Oh.
We're putting him on the next album cover, now being shot at the Double the Tragedy system.
I like that they're leaning into the roleplay. That makes me happy.
Yes, makes me very, very happy. It makes me even happier that it was Pontus that wrote that. Makes me...
Is Pontus playing?
Yes.
That's Pontus?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I did not know that. Okay, no, I love that.
Yes, it makes me very, very happy. So for those that don't know, Pontus is the PMM on Stellaris, the product marketing manager, and he's taking part today.
And
well.
he is a delightful individual who is aggressively positive in life.
Yes. Aggressive positivity is the way forward. It's definitely interesting what's going on here, because if I were the Order and Heavy Metal Inc., what I'd be doing is I'd be contacting the Horticulturist Commonality, and I would pump alloys into the Horticulturists and get them to join in the attack.
If I say just have them be your fleet.
Well, the Horticulturalists have 1.4k fleet as well. Like, if I was the Church of Gainz, I would be very, very worried about where I am right now. Yeah? They have 658 fleet, and they are surrounded.
I love that the
by-
Dolphins are still 0.
They're surrounded by bigger fleets and empires that are probably fairly annoyed about the chopping off that the Church has done. You know?
Oh, yeah. I was just looking at the Dolphins because they ceased they did that little burst of expansion, then they ceased because both directions there's hostile aliens and they have no fleet. I mean, they could build a little fleet and take these aliens out. They're not that strong.
Situation.
Hang on 1 second. They're not doing it. So, interestingly, if they were to switch on amoeboid pacification, they'd be able to get out. Because they're amoebas that are blocking them.
And I mean,
And it would only take them 55 months to do that.
yeah, Quality Assurance Corps is aggressively expanding in the south too. They're just marching along.
Yeah, they're doing exactly what... And also, you may note, their next system is going to be a real boon for them.
Mm-hmm. Primitives.
Primitives, and not just primitives. Atomic Age primitives.
Oh, I didn't actually look into them. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, Atomic Age primitives. They get 26 pops from that.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's fairly huge. And so, Beyond Limit, this is on the new 3.3 patch that launched this morning, and the update to the 3.3 beta that launched this morning. And so, yes, a lot of people are pushing Unity. So, Ragoon, yes, the Quality Assurance Core are machine, but they're driven assimilators.
Situation log updated.
So, to them, those primitives are going to join the hive. Yeah.
Someone asked if they were using edicts. Yeah, people got edicts on right now. I mean, they've got enhanced to solar power
Special
and patron of the arts
complete.
is what's going on at the moment.
So, quite correctly, the QA core is an example of running Map the Stars.
I just noticed their flag looks like a little like Star Trek Akira class spaceship, like firing some torpedoes. That's cute. Sorry, nerd.
I'm playing on 3.3, but why would you have plus 150 at Unity at 2230 but only 300 science? Because not everybody is a min-maxer, is the answer to that question. And people aren't necessarily playing this to min-max or anything like that. They're playing it to enjoy. And so they're going into the things that interest them.
Swolfins display psionic potential.
Already?
Yup.
That is early. So the Church of Gainz have gone psionic. Have they increased their military at all? A little bit.
Not enough.
Not enough, no. Although the Trappists aren't increasing their... They're not getting... they're not increasing either. Can we see the primitives before they get borged? As in what they look like. They are... Oh, look at them!
Popping in there right now.
They're so cute, they want to eat your face. It's the Brikiki T portrait.
Can't call it.
So,
yeah, there's not a whole lot. Like the Dev Clash is, we a lot of times don't play for just smashing each other's face off. A lot of times it's role play and fun rather than just pushing the game to its limits.
yeah, there we go. Church of Gainz is investing in fleet now.
Finally.
Yeah. And also have, I assume, invaded some primitives.
Yeah, no, that's an archaeological site.
Yeah, I think they've invaded some primitives.
Yeah, I see it now. It's in the edge of the
and
galaxy there.
That's why they have low stability on one of their worlds. But yes, they are investing into their fleet now.
And so are the Dolphins as well. Finally, it's not sitting at 0.
And they want to eat your face whilst trying to sell you car, motorcycle, home, and boat insurance. Yep. And the other Dolphins have also finally militarized as well.
Mm-hmm.
So they've finally built a fleet. Are they not doing amoeboid pacification? They're not. Interesting.
I personally hope I get to play in an EU4 DevClash someday, because I know how I like to play EU4 multiplayers, and that's just to make all of the money and then pay people to do the dirty work for me.
This is often my tactic in Stellaris.
Yeah, like in
Stellaris MP.
The last MP I did, I played as Venice. I paid one player 10,000 ducats to attack another player for no reason, and then I subsidized the other player for 10,000 ducats behind his back. And for hours and hours and hours, just sitting there in chat going, how does he keeping this war going? I don't understand where the money's coming from. And then after about 10 years of stalemate, I just said, okay, first person to sack the other person's capital gets a 5,000 ducat bonus. And just watched the chaos. It was delightful.
I quite often do similar in Stellaris multiplayer games. Although my favourite one I ever did in a Stellaris MP game was convince someone to start a federation with me, then invite my friend into the federation, and then kick out the person who founded the federation. So getting a federation early without having to take the perk.
Yep.
It's good. So the Church of Gainz. Oh, hang on, no, wait. We have been asked to look into the VMAS system. We will do so. Oh, there is primitives in VMAS, and apparently the Doughuts are about to do a funny.
Oh, VMAS. Okay,
Yeah.
VMAS.
Yeah. They're building a construction. Their construction ship is building their outpost, so they're taking the system. But while we're waiting to see what it is they're about to do, an announcement from the Church of Gainz. They have said, "Attention, lesser creatures of the galaxy. The path to Gainz also involves willpower. As such, the Church of Gainz has extended its program to psionic gains. The question is, do you even thought lift?"
No, I like it. I like it. I like it. I approve.
So there are right. So take one group of Stone Age primitives and drop one skeletal giant on them.
Is that? Oh. Oh, that's kind of sad. And now they have stellar culture shock. Of course they do. A giant skeleton from space to smash their planet.
Quite. And Beyond Limit, yeah, that was one of the things I do like with the changes. Are the things with opening up federations via traditions. It's really cool. Can you show off zombie pops? Yes, I can. Which empire was it that took zombies? It wasn't. Was it the Dolphins? No. Heavy Metal Inc.
Heavy Metal.
Here we go. So go to their outliner, jump onto their home world. Population. So, trying to find the right ones at the moment. Aha, here we go. So here is a zombie miner. They're rather useful, to be perfectly honest with you. They have no upkeep, and they get a negative to the output. But in particular, what they're good at is becoming clerks. Because clerk zombies put out the same amount because it's a different calculation, and they're most likely to take the clerk job as well.
I would just like to read a joke from chat because it works on multiple levels and it makes me happy.
Yeah.
Is there a Planet Fitness in the
I
Church
just
of
saw
Gainz?
that one.
Works on 2 levels. Oh, that's a delightful pun right there.
The zombies, the zombie pops are great fun. As I was saying earlier. Oh, hang on.
Wait.
Oh, how very interesting. So, you know the Church of Gainz took over those primitives?
Yeah.
Yeah. Primitives didn't
Oh!
like it much.
Union of Magonid stars.
Yep, they weren't happy about that. I was about to say we have a war.
Yeah,
but the war
I
is-
was hearing
yeah,
like angry noises in my headset here, and then I looked over and there's just a little guy there.
yeah. Although the little guy has oh no, the Church of Gainz has taken the territory over again, so they'll be back in charge soon.
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to see them just kind of sit there and do their thing for a while, but they're not going to allow that.
No, it's not gonna happen. Primitives preferred isometric exercise, I guess. Or maybe they just didn't like being invaded from space, you know? I mean, I could understand that. How would you feel, right?
I, for one, welcome our alien overlords.
I mean, no. But okay.
Oh, wait, we got another... Oh, wait, no, I was looking at the human game developers. I think they just skipped over the Caravan Coalition there, because I just saw a little weird nub in their territory, but I think they just leapfrogged them.
Yeah, they've just surrounded the Caravaneers. It's fine. And yeah, the Commonwealth have well and truly snaked, haven't they?
I like the chat Wiggly Worm Empire. I know what you mean.
Lots of extra territory for them to slowly gobble up over time as well.
Yeah, they've blocked off so much they could take their time.
The horticulturists
no.
have nearly finished.
Oh no, someone said snack. No, they're not. It's not the snacks.
No snack. Bad.
It's clearly a worm.
No,
hail worm. No, Matthew.
No.
Damn it, Matthew. Don't get this started.
Don't encourage them.
It's a caterpillar. It's clearly a caterpillar.
Do not encourage. Oh no. Look what you started.
Oh god. Thanks, Nerd. I'm assuming that was Nurgle. It might be Anders. I don't know. Who's typing over in there?
The automated support unit now has access to the south. How so? Ah, yeah, they do. Yep. The automated support unit is now pushing through to the south as well. Which is very interesting.
Oh, well, they would have to push. I mean, they're making a move for it, but they would have to take a lot of territory to make it. But considering the fact that the Earth Dolphins Panicwealth is not expanding very quickly, there's plenty of opportunity to sneak in there.
Updated.
Yeah.
Or snack in there. I'm sorry,
And
I could not resist.
the Quality Assurance Corps is getting ready to invade the primitives.
Oh, they're gonna. Oh, that's sad. It's too good of an opportunity to pass up, though. That's too juicy of a target.
Oh yeah, there is no way, and especially as they're atomic, the chances of them killing themselves are way too high. Here we go.
Rolling themselves.
Yeah, right. The pop's more useful than a tomb world.
Oh, I personally like playing really substandard builds, so I like the Tomb World start. Or what's the name of the one where your whole world blows up after 50 years?
Doomsday.
Yeah, the Doomsday. I really like the Doomsday start. I know it's horribly inefficient, but I really enjoy that start.
So, there you go. They have taken it. Rimdor is now a planet under the control.
Barely put up a fight.
Yeah, and their civilization is being assimilated. Although, to be fair, essentially what just happened there is 1950s Earth was invaded by the Borg.
So first contact?
Pretty much, yeah.
Or even 1950s. I was like, how
No,
many?
1950s. It's more like the episode where Quark and Nog end up being in Roswell, right?
I was about to say which of the 800 time travel episodes are applicable here. That's a good episode.
Colony
It is.
established.
Very good episode. Anything, to be honest with you, anything with Quark and Quark in it is a good episode.
Oh yeah, Quark's my favorite. It's funny. I like when I was growing, when it was airing, I hated Deep Space Nine. I couldn't watch it. I didn't like it at all. And then like when I don't know, maybe when I hit about 25 and I started rewatching like all the Star Treks every once in a while, Deep Space Nine grows on me every single time I rewatch it. I like it more and more.
Yep. Deep Space Nine is best Star Trek. So...
See, I grew up with Next Gen, and then I really liked Voyager despite its poor writing, and I hated DS9. And now I love DS9. I still love Next Gen, and Voyager is kind of fading to me. Still good though. Still good.
Lauren, quite clearly they weren't efficient. Like asking about what for roleplay purposes were they needing to be quality assured? That they were organic, and clearly that's not efficient enough.
Bubbly and cloying. Is that what Cork described champagne as?
Yes.
Is that what that was?
Yeah. When he's explaining to the audience that the Federation are quite clearly the bad guys in Star Trek and always have been. Yeah, that bit.
Mm-hmm. Nurgle still enjoys it. No, I still enjoy Voyager 2. It's just that the other ones have grown on me more. Oh, it's root beer. Okay.
It is root beer. Yeah.
Okay.
And
so for chat though, what drink does Worf describe as a warrior's drink?
produce. Oh, sorry.
No, you're not chat.
I realised that as I said it.
Damn it, DJ.
And yes, I've been watching that, and you know how I was saying if I was the Church of Gainz, I'd be worried.
Yeah.
I'd be really worried now.
Because everybody's fleets is getting larger.
No, the Heavy Metal Inc. now have 4.4k fleet power.
Oh, that is by and large the largest.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That was an easy question. We need to come up with harder Star Trek-based trivia then.
Don't tempt me.
Don't.
Tempt.
Sorry, we're just going off tangents into other fantasy.
So, are they going to attack though? That's the question. They've spent a lot of resources on fleet at this point, but is it to dissuade the Church of Gainz? Are they scared of the Church of Gainz, or are they doing it to prepare to attack them?
So now I just want to talk about Star Trek. Because someone just made how many lights are there? And
I was about to say yes.
That is easily one of the best episodes of Star Trek that there's ever been written. What I like the most about that is that Captain Jellicoe is perfectly competent and good and an excellent captain. He's really good at his job, and Riker is an asshole in that whole episode. And Riker comes off as like the good guy and Jellicoe the bad guy, but Jellicoe is good at his job and understands what he's doing, and Riker is whiny. Sorry, I have feelings.
So, something that Freaks just pointed out in chat, and that I had missed a little bit. 2 empires are now really building up a lot of power. The human game developers, first of all, have got a total population already of 124.
It's about a few.
But above that, even, because of their invasion of those primitives just now, the Quality Assurance Corps has a population of 131 already.
131? That's pretty good. That's about a few.
That's pretty massive.
Chat immediately goes back to DS9. I'm not Picard.
But yeah, that's a lot of population for a driven assimilator this early. And should be very worrying to the rest of the galaxy. Especially as they're a total war empire, don't forget. They're the one total war empire in the game. Meaning they don't need influence to invade other people.
Is in the pale moon chat? Is in the pale? Because you guys are still talking about Star Trek, so am I. Is in the pale moonlight the "It's a fake" episode? Is
Yes.
that one?
That is that episode. Yes.
That's I think that's my favorite DS9 episode. Just because I also love that's one of my most used like saved favorites gifs on Discord. It's a fake.
And Killor Pilaf, how do we get a Q-like species in? When do we get a Q-like race in Stellaris? They already are. It's called the Shroud.
Oh, we got another interview request. The horticulturist,
Ooh.
the horticult would like to talk to us.
Yes, no, we would love to have them on board. Ansou, if we can get them jumped over Nurgle, I would most certainly appreciate that.
Oh, and if someone just I saw someone say they clipped that, I would like to see that too. Like, tag me on Twitter or something.
Oh gosh darn it, Ferdy, no. And so yes, hopefully we are going to be having a visit from the Horticulturist Commonality. So let's jump over to jump over to their empire.
Updated.
And hello there, Ansou. How are you?
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome along.
Futurist Commonality has an announcement to make.
And what would you like to tell the galaxy at large?
Yes, for many years we've been looking for answers. Our planet, our beautiful planet, Protea. Why has it been the only planet that we have encountered that has been worth living on? We have looked for those answers and we have found how we can remedy this. So we now have the means to expand the beautiful garden to other planets. And we will begin doing this. And the whole galaxy will see the beauty.
So how have you done that already?
How we have done that? We have researched, and we have found very important answers that answer the questions. With terraforming.
So you've got you've got Gaia terraforming already.
Yes, we do.
That's
impressive. And
impressive.
there it is. World Shaper. Which is fairly important for your empire, really, isn't it?
Oh, and they just started. I watched it switch over.
That's a fairly big one.
Yeah, size 23 Desert World. I just watched switch to blue.
So yeah, that's definitely a big deal, and will really remove the bottleneck that you guys have got at the moment, right? Because at the minute your empire is restricted to that single world, and it's holding you back somewhat.
We will find all the planets that we have access to and make them beautiful.
Oh yeah, you've got something in the order of 9. I think it's 9 planets you could terraform. That's a chunk of change. It's about a few. That's a little territory.
It absolutely is. We cannot expand much further, but
just out of curiosity,
some good.
Why do we pick the 23 instead of the size 24 Desert World?
Well, we see that it can make for a place that we can produce a lot of energy, which will be needed for further terraforming.
Ah, okay. No, fair enough. You need your own Uropente. I got it.
But see, you've gone for the energy districts. Makes sense.
Yes.
So I do have a question. There's this system down to the south of you, Dithaforu. It's got 2 rather lovely planets in it that you could terraform. But the Church of Gainz stole it from you.
That is very true. We were a bit disappointed when we found that out. We tried to get it, but it was just beyond our reach.
Shame.
So are you going to let them get away with this?
We will see. We will focus on more important matters right now, and then we will see what the future holds.
Interesting. Okay.
Well, thank you very much for letting us know that you had big plans in the works here. Otherwise, we probably would have missed that little tiny icon switching over. But thank you very much.
Thank you for listening.
You're more than welcome. And yes, I had sector map modem, which is why there was little glowy areas in every empire, because I had the sectors showing.
Yeah, I like that they're going with they're making their own personal energy mines of Urupente here. That is a good option because they have like 9 other planets to hit. So
Yeah, getting your energy income
get
up
the
as
energy
high
up
as
so you can do
possible to
multiple.
start.
Yeah, so you can really start steamrolling there.
It's good. And then, unfortunately, it doesn't sound like I goaded them into to attacking the Church of Gainz, which is what I was trying to do.
Militarized border. I mean, they're just staring at each other over their space fortresses. I don't think there's going to be any conflict there for quite a while.
I'm just trying to
Grease the
cause a
wheels.
little bit of just stir things a little bit. It's fine. Also, it should be pointed out that the Church of Gainz has done something quite important. Not the Church of Gainz, Heavy Metal Incorporated, sorry. And they are currently researching a rather interesting special project. Because, as they have announced, they have discovered that metal rock is the only way to go, and have unlocked the flesh is weak.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, they are most definitely going for the robot ascension and the synthetic ascension, which
Situation log
I also like
Yeah.
that heavy metal has expanded over to the galactic core and now has a straight shot basically right down into that other area to the south that's just vacant there.
Yep.
So now there's 4 empires all trying to coalesce down there.
Yep. And everybody, it's the race for the south, isn't it?
Mhm.
It's we definitely have a race for the south here. It's interesting. It's the one that I will be fascinated by with this over the long term is going to be who gets the most territory down here,
Mhm.
and is it worth it? Or is it going to turn out that the Order of Our Lady Trappist up here in their little corner are just going to sit there and out-tech everyone and dominate?
Yeah, it's
Because,
everybody's slowing down, honestly.
yeah, and like, oh, wow. Okay, so this is a big one. The Order of Our Lady Trappist is researching the Research Institute now.
Yeah, so they're going tech advantage, clearly.
Yeah, but also interestingly, they haven't researched even the cold fusion reactor yet. So they haven't even researched the first set of power for their ships yet.
Well, they just got that little. They have military. They have built fortresses in like every single one of their systems, though. So maybe they're relying on static defenses. We all know that the Maginot worked out really well.
Doubts. And so, just seeing, is any espionage? Aha, so the Church of Gainz is acquiring an asset in the Order of Our Lady Trappist. And they are also doing espionage in Heavy Metal Incorporated as well. And Heavy Metal Incorporated is also spying on the Church of Gainz. So, plenty of espionage already going on between these three. Is anyone spying on the Quality Assurance Corps? Not Heavy Metal. What about Trappist? Are they? Nope.
Situation log updated.
Doesn't look like anyone's spying on the Quality Assurance Corps. A Quality Assurance Corps spying on... Yep. So the Quality Assurance Corps is spying on Heavy Metal Incorporated.
Surprise attack through the Belgians. That would be great if there was a system called Belgium in there. There
is. There is.
But it's not right here. It would be delightful if it was right here, though.
There is actually a Belgium system, though.
If it was in this area, just anywhere nearby, that would have just been delightful.
It really would have been. Also, we've just hit 22:45. Again, I would just like to point out to everybody we have been on normal speed for the entire game.
Mm-hmm.
And
we're less than 2 hours of playtime. We're almost 50 years in on normal speed.
Yep, it's not bad, is it?
So if anybody is X for doubt on our optimizations, and I mean like the PCs that we're running on this on are not like super high end.
Nope. No, it's good. It's all running very nicely. The Doughnut Corporation has created a donut in their territory. I just want to point that out.
Oh, so now, well, now they are the great donut in the sky. It's
They
like
are.
the first donut of the batch, though. That's a little lumpy.
It's good.
I hope they keep it like that for the whole game, just for show.
Yes.
They make me
yes.
happy.
Although, if I saw an empire do that, I know what I would do.
You'd colonize it out of spite.
I'd build in it and use it as a military base inside their empire. Yeah.
Oh, see, I was gonna say just colonize it out of spite, just so it messes with the border.
No. I would use it to my advantage.
I'm pretty sure you did that to me before.
I believe so. Yes.
But if memory serves, I did beat you.
I
in that
pressed the
war.
wrong button.
I beat you in that war, sir. You started that, and I won.
This is technically correct.
The best kind of correct. You do realize every time we stream together, I'm not going to not bring that up.
Oh, I'm fully aware. It's fine. It's fine.
He's a far superior. Just for reference, he's a far superior player to me. And I was sending him, like once a year, I would send him a surrender notification asking him to surrender to me. So eventually he just clicked the wrong button and I won by default. Default. Hey, I've done that in EU4 before. I've been on the receiving end of that at EU4 before.
So the Maginids are dead. The Church of Gainz has taken its want-away planet back, and
oh no, I just lost my monitor.
Apparently,
watch
Heavy
yours.
Metal now wants to change their Federation policy so that it's a fight to the death for the leader. They believe that it should be decided in the mosh pit.
Special project complete.
Apparently everyone else thinks that it should be decided by how much money you've got, so not certain that went the way that they intended.
Well, the great snake in the north is no longer a snake.
Nope.
No, they have fixed that, or made it worse, depending on your philosophical bent.
It kind of looks like a squirrel with a hole in it. That's what I'm getting from that one.
I'm not seeing a squirrel, but...
Well, its ears are up by the Horticulturist and its head. And it's got its little arms below that.
So
and then
it's like a
sticking
thick
out the back.
It's a thick squirrel.
Or slightly splattered squirrel.
Because it's a little thin in the front.
Yeah. Pregnant squirrel, someone suggested. Yeah, that's possible.
It's a squirrel trying to eat the donut.
Also...
they de-donated themselves, though. Oh, jerks.
Just Carl's Fine has said, I missed the beginning. When and where will I be able to watch the VOD? Please and thank you. As soon as the stream's finished, the VOD will be up on this channel. You'll just be able to go into the previous broadcasts and watch it there. No problem.
We'll get it on YouTube at some point in the near future, right? Yeah. Yeah, it'll be on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
But, it'll after a little while.
And someone has just pointed out, actually, it's not a pregnant squirrel, it's clearly a donut squirrel. I can see that, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
After this stream, I have a horrible feeling I'm going to have to order donuts.
Is there a good place to order? Oh, I was going to say, is there a good place to order donuts in Stockholm? You're not in Stockholm. I forgot you're not in Stockholm.
I'm not in Stockholm. I'm in The Hague. And yes, there is a good place to order the donuts from here.
I found a lot of good places to get pastries in my neighborhood. I have not found a good bagel or a good donut yet, and it makes me sad.
How long will the stream continue? Not very long whatsoever. We
Almost
are
done.
literally coming to the end now
We
of
will
the
be
first session.
We will be
But we'll
back
be
next
back
week, though.
Yeah.
Same
We will
place,
have-
same time every week for the next month or so, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's 3 p.m. CET on Mondays.
Yep. So we are going to be here every week, and you will get to see how this goes forward. It's going to be interesting.
I was hoping for it. I was hoping our first war was going to fire at 22:30, but I mean, there's a little too much peace for my taste.
I think I think there's a lot of people being very cautious.
Mhm.
It feels like, and of course, part of this is the espionage system. They don't necessarily know how strong each other are.
Oh, and I just noticed a few of the players really leapfrogged above the rest. We got a 7.2 fleet and a 6.5.
Yeah.
Who is that? That's Heavy Metal and
the Human Game Developers.
Yeah. Someone in his chat was like, "You guys been playing on normal speed this whole time?" Yes, optimizations.
It's great. This is partly what's causing this peace, right? There's just so much open space in the south still.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, this save wasn't messed with. We just created it, put the empires in, and let them get on with it. So,
Cybernetics.
So there we go. The Heavy Metal Incorporated have completed the Flesh is Weak. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Yeah, exactly. It's the wild, wild south.
Exactly.
And it's all about, like, to be honest with you, a lot of this game is going to be about who can utilize the south the best, and who is able to colonize the most down here, and everything like that. It's going to be vitally, vitally important. It really is.
Sorry, my monitor. Keep losing my monitor. I think it's coming back, though. No, it's still black. It's fine, I watch yours.
Everything seems okay, as a general rule.
We got some votes coming up soon, too, don't we?
I believe so. I believe the vote for the favorite empire so far.
Yeah, because
is
we're going to
be starting.
Yeah, we're going to be pausing pretty soon. So, chat, we're going to have a poll up soon, but if you guys want to let us know which empires are your favorite so far, I'm still sticking with my donut friends, the Baker Bros. But I think a close second for me is Dolphins. Dolphins in the South. The South Dolphins.
I'm sorry, but I am sticking to exactly my original thought. The QA are best. It's definitely QA.
Seeing some Gainz, a little bit of Heavy Metal in there. Human Game Developers are first, yeah.
Yep, Team Assimilator, right, Ragoon? This is it. And Zonala,
South
I have
Dolphins
to
or
admit,
Dolphins.
one of my favorite things about Stellaris is playing PvE games. I absolutely adore it. And yes, Tabax, this is the beta build, and it's the new beta build that released this morning.
Gainz, because they're technically the only ones who went to war. And they went to war because of their own malfeasance in administering their bombs.
I mean, I would argue they still did, technically, go to war. And we are now going to be joined by the stars of this show. The ladies and gentlemen, what have been playing, are going to jump in with us and come and say hello. And that has started happening already. Hello, everyone. What has joined already?
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. How are you? Has everyone had a good first session?
That was over in the blink of an eye.
Mm.
Yes, it does that. And 48 years gone already.
Almost 2 weeks away from 49 years in a 2-hour session.
Yep. It's pretty good. So, first of all, I'd like to turn to my favourite empire, and I'm not doing this because they're my favourites, but because of a request we've had. So, QA, hello there.
Hello.
Hello.
How has it gone for the quality assurance course so far?
I think we've been a bit fortuitous in placement.
Mm.
I had a little bit of a panic because I'm so familiar with the galaxy generation at this point. I thought when you get put in this sort of position towards the edge of the galaxy, you're either stuck or you're away from everyone, and you can go in one direction. I think we have chosen the right direction.
Correct.
Yep.
But apart from that, no, it's going really, really well. Lots of pops. A little bit worried about certain parts of our empire because we may put too much of an emphasis on expansion, but that's never gone wrong ever.
I mean, it seems to be going okay for you so far.
Managed to grab a nice little, what was it, 26 pop primitive planet?
Yeah. And you do have the...
Ours had 4. 4 pops on the one we
have
found.
the second highest population in the galaxy.
Also, sorry to interrupt. The vote is up, chat. So if you guys would like to vote on who is the fan favorite so far, it is right here next to my face on the screen.
There we go.
Those primitives, they were doing their best, but they had some poor practices going on there. So we just came in, we're introducing some processes, we're helping smooth things out, make sure things are tagged up appropriately. It's going great and so much more efficient. Issues are being solved.
So were they willing to join your empire?
There were no complaints that...
Yeah, there were no complaints in Jira.
Did you give them access to Jira?
Sorry?
Did you give them access to Jira?
We gave them access to the QA core.
So no, then.
Well, they have access now. It's the integration.
After they've been assimilated.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Just clearing that up for our audience. It's fine. And so, are you guys the bad guys?
What are bad guys?
Excellent.
That's not in the documentation. I'm sorry, I can't answer that.
It's like earlier in the session, someone on the Galactic Communications channel raised the soulless machines, and there's no documentation as to what souls are, and no one answered us. We still don't know what souls are.
What's the use case for a soul?
Is a soul desirable? Is it undesirable?
I mean, as far as I'm aware, a soul is the bottom of a shoe. Or it's a kind of fish.
Okay.
But moving on from QA to the next empire, I'll now go in order of where you finished on the scoreboard. So, hello there to the Earth Dolphin Panicwealth. How do you feel you guys have been doing?
I feel it's quite nice when located in a quite isolated pocket, so no one is bothering us. We're just building stuff, giant aquariums, you know.
Yeah, you've just slowly but surely been expanding, and it all seems quite comfortable. The only thing that surprised me is you haven't run the amoeba pacification project yet.
What? Ah, right. We are not very familiar with playing multiplayer, so it's so much stuff to do. So yeah, just forgot about it.
That one might be worth remembering for next time. And is there any empires that you're particularly unfond of at this point?
Well, I think the human game developers are a bit scary because they're right on top of us. Apart from that, I think it's all fine.
Yeah? So the human game developers are evil and need to be destroyed, is what you're saying?
Sort of, yeah. Preferably from a safe distance and by somebody else, not by us, because, you know, we're pacifists.
So you're going to pay someone to do it for you, is that what you're saying?
Sort of, yeah.
Excellent. So, moving on to our next empire, we have the human game developers themselves, who have just been declared evil. How do you feel about that?
I mean, first of all, I just want to say that we are humans, just like you, and we have feelings, and our feelings unit have been activated, and the status is hurt. We are hurt by these accusations.
What exactly about the accusations hurt you?
I think the whole part of us being evil, I think that's just, uncalled for. And I also want to say that we can see bugs. They're everywhere, and we should unite against them.
Uh-huh.
They are the real enemy, not us humans like you.
Uh-huh.
The amount they're trying to convince me they're humans like us makes me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not sure I believe it.
Like when you come up to someone on their street and they're just like, "Hello, fellow human." It's like, yes, that's definitely not a bug person.
Nothing suspicious about this whatsoever, right?
Yep.
So, and is there anyone in the galaxy that the human game developers think is particularly evil?
Well,
or
I think
particularly need to be stopped?
Yeah, I feel like there has been a large escalation of military, might at our borders. These bugs are rapidly fortifying themselves, and if we do not take them out early, they will spread and infect the entire galaxy.
Got you. So, you believe that fortifying one's borders is an act of war? Got you. That's a fair point of view to take.
Checks out in my book.
Yeah, fair. So, moving on to our next empire then, it will be the Doughnut Corporation. We heard from you briefly in the stream earlier, but how did today go?
Well,
Hello.
yes. Go ahead, Borswood.
Well, we're kind of disappointed in the fact that people don't want to join us in creating the Great Donut.
The Great Donut.
Well,
Yes.
well, you
Because
see,
the galaxy is round and spherical, and we want to encircle it with our donuts. But people on the left and right don't seem to want to take part in this great effort. And we're trying to offer them the opportunity to either join us and create the donut together or become an ingredient for the donut, I guess. Their choice, but they're mostly robots, so they should probably don't taste very good.
I was about to say, I'm not sure I'd want a robot donut.
No. We will definitely not allow any robot donuts in on our end.
Good.
Fair enough. And so, I mean, who do you think is evil in this galaxy?
I mean, the robots inherently are without soul and therefore cannot understand the core concepts of market value and business development and such things. However,
And also they don't eat donuts.
True. But worse than them are
Yeah.
people who could eat donuts but refuse our requests.
Oh, and who's done that?
Sadly, two different cultures have refused the donuts so far. The Horticulturist Commonality quoted some internal strife for why they would not have the donuts. But there is also the Church of Gainz, who, when we sent them a gift basket, they did not even open the doors. It's quite upsetting.
All
They
I can
treated us
say-
like spam mail.
I just hope that sometime in the future, as chat just said, we get a battleship named the Donut Knot.
We will endeavor to show you and procure the best in donut offensive battle power.
Exactly.
Fair enough. Well, we will now move on to the Commonwealth of the greatest Rhopalocer cocoon. Did I say that right?
You could try. I'm not.
You can try any way you want.
I'm going to call you the Commonwealth.
Yeah, there you
How's
go.
that?
We were actually hoping that we could mix it up, and every time Monzun and I would say Rhopalocer in some different way, so you'd just carry on being confused.
Excellent. So, how do you feel your game has gone so far?
Pretty nice. I mean, we grew up on this paradise Gaia world, and every other planet is kind of gross, which is why we're happy to have donut people next to us, because they are not quite so picky and think ocean worlds are nice. I think they're kind of disgusting personally, but if they want to live in our ocean worlds, they can.
So
Fair.
we had a big conversation about what the shape of your empire is right now. So if you had to describe your empire's borders as an animal, what animal would that be?
Chinese dragon, maybe.
Okay.
Interesting. We were going squirrel.
Slightly different directions.
Yes. You were declared the donut squirrel.
First it was snake, then caterpillar, then squirrel, then donut squirrel.
Well, it depends on how threatening we want to look to the QA people, or not QA people, game developer people to our west.
I mean, they are accusing you of attempting to start conflict by building defensive structures on your border.
Absolutely, it's kind of a strange one, but yeah. So to our southern border we're a squirrel, to our western border we're a dragon.
Fair enough. So, and it's the human game developers that you think are the evil of the universe, right?
Well, they clearly have it out for us, which means that we might need to take some preventative action, potentially.
I think they have misunderstood us. I think they need to come over for tea and have a donut and talk about the injustice in the galaxy.
Just to have a fika.
Yeah, we think that they have a lot to hide. They clearly have a very unjust society, and maybe we should liberate them and teach them what true equality means.
Dear, oh dear. So, moving on to the Heavy Metal Incorporated. Hello there.
Hello.
How are you two?
Metal.
Metal. This is the correct answer. How's your game gone so far?
Well, towards the end, we became more metal than ever before. So it's been, rocking pretty hard.
We did notice that you did become more metal at the end.
Mm-hmm. That's the ambition. Although, we want to get to a certain degree of metalness, because you don't want to overdo the metal, because then you'll stop rocking.
Ah, I see. So
you need to balance this sort of thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. And who is the evil of the galaxy according to the metal?
Evil is a state of mind, really. If you think about it. We had a little bit of a spat with the Church of Gainz when they, blew up Slippery John's ship, but they made amends for that. So we've forgiven them because they seem like a, rockin' group of people, even if they're made of meat. Probably not the Trappists, because they gave us food when that guy showed up, and he was like, "I can't eat rocks. What are you doing to us?" And then they invited us to be friends. So, rock on.
I have so many questions. How did the Church of Gainz make it up to you? I'm going to go with that one.
Yeah. They made a dedicated tribute system to Slippery John. And, we respect that.
Yeah,
we respect it enough that we put 2 heavily armed star bases right next to it just in case, but we respect that.
The memorial of Slippery John, paid for by the people who killed him.
I mean, it's fair. So, moving on, so that we get everyone in here, the automated support unit. How do you feel your game's gone so far?
It went pretty well. I mean, we got super stressed at some point because we got rifled by, the people close to us.
Yeah.
So that, made us aware, like, oh shit, we need military. But yeah, so we built some military, so we feel pretty good. And we found the direction we need to expand in, so.
I mean, you have a military. It's, middling, I would say. It exists. That's fair. But
we can blame Duplo for that. He is, the Minister of War, I suppose.
Okay. And he failed to build up enough military quick enough, did he?
Clearly.
And who is the evil of the galaxy according to you?
Well, I mean, first of all, the Doughnut, made us felt very scared. And then we found the ones that next to them. Totally forgot who they were, but also to the north. That's where basically all our enemies are.
So just the north.
The north, yeah.
Yeah, I mean fair. So moving on, the Horticulturist Commonality. How have you found your games gone so far?
Well, we're a bit frustrated.
Oh.
We just want to tend to the galaxy and make it beautiful.
Yeah.
But you block us off in this tiny, tiny piece in the universe.
There's a lot of the galaxy we don't have access to, and we can't make it beautiful that way.
We want to make it beautiful.
I mean, one would argue the Church of Gainz have done that to quite a few people.
Yeah, and they don't even want to negotiate with us.
No, I mean,
refuse any
I
communications.
pointed out when we interviewed you earlier that they're clearly stolen worlds from you,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so yeah, I mean, you should probably do something about that, right?
Probably.
We will see.
Excellent,
We want
excellent.
to make the galaxy beautiful.
Yes.
Are the Church of Gainz beautiful?
It's mostly water, I think.
Yeah, I think it's too wet to be beautiful. You need the perfect balance in a good garden.
Got you. And so is it the Church of Gainz that are the galaxy's great evil, according to you?
We don't know that yet. They haven't done a lot. They just sit there and sit right in the way.
Yeah.
We call them the great big fence of the galaxy now. We just want to remove it from the... Well, not
Yeah, you can't have too many fences in your garden.
No, it's not pretty.
And so, moving on, the Order of Our Lady Trappist. Hello there.
Hello.
Blessings of Our Lady upon you.
I am so happy. So how has your game gone so far?
It is a trial. It is one that has defined our existence so far. We would be lying if we would say we weren't disappointed to have reached out into the galaxy and found so many borders, but I think so far we hold to our faith. We are delivering unto the galaxy our blessings, and it is pleasing to have seen them received so nicely.
And is there anyone that you think is particularly evil in the galaxy?
Evil would be a strong term. However, the religion to which the Church of Gainz holds appears to be rather counterproductive to the sorts of bounties we wish to bring out into the galaxy. We are disappointed that we cannot sway them with our fine produce.
Some people have yet to find a way.
Fair enough, fair enough. And so is it, again, the Church of Gainz that you think is the great evil? I mean, they don't seem very popular.
It is not evil to be in the wrong. It is only evil to persist in the wrongness once the right path has been shown to you.
I think that signals the end of the interview, actually.
Well, so last but not least then, we will turn to the galaxy's great evil, the Church of Gainz.
I need a gong, like right here.
Hello.
Hello there. How does it feel to be declared evil by basically everyone?
Well, I think they're just jealous. They're haters, all of them. I mean, it's clearly the Church of Gainz clearly got the perfect physical specimen. We're clearly the most beautiful creature in the galaxy. So it's natural that they're jealous and haters.
Yeah. And do you feel that you're the galaxy's great evil?
Definitely not. We're just enlightening people and showing them the way. Isn't that right, Marcus?
Yes, but do note that the way is not written how you initially thought.
And so with puns like that, how are you not the great evil?
Trying to make people have a better life by becoming swole and then embracing their inner tranquility.
And do you have any message to those who would call you the greatest evil in the galaxy?
Stop being such haters. Get the swole on. They hate us because they ain't us.
They hate us because they ain't us. Those are...
Come visit our elevation centers. They will change your mind.
So...
Anywho...
With that...
Do you even lift, bro? As our end, and it looks like the poll is over now. It's a little hard for me to see, but I think Heavy Metal won with about 22% of the vote.
Heavy Metal Incorporated are the winners of the vote this week. So congratulations to Heavy Metal Incorporated.
You are the fan
Thank
favorite.
you all. We couldn't have done it without you. Rock on.
Oh.
There you go.
So thank you for watching, everybody. We do appreciate it. We are going to have to wrap this up. We will be back next week. DJ and I will be hosting. I believe we will be sticking with us for the next few weeks. Same place, same time, 3 p.m. I was going to say Eastern Standard Time. I just moved from the U.S. CET.
3 p.m. CET, 2 p.m. UK, which would be, 9 a.m. East Coast, 6 a.m. Pacific. There you go.
And we will be here on our Twitch channel. So see you next time.